Hey, this is Tracy with Color Me This. I'm gonna call this episode 44. It is a micro haul, kind of a catch up of items that I have been purchasing. I haven't bought very much. And one item, the first one you see here, is actually from last summer that I could not find it. It's when I did the 13 small storage cases from Temu. This is one of the cases that I bought, and it ended up being used. I used it for personal storage because it was so small it would not work. I had bought $2 to $4 storage pencil cases for holding the Prang 50s, and you'll see in a minute here that this one just did not meet that need, but I liked it anyway. So this is a print of a map on some pleather. It's not the best, the top isn't as dark as the bottom, and for whatever reason they didn't have their map only covered like the part of the final roll. So if I roll it up from the inside out, as I wrap it around, it sort of makes an end-to-end roll with the map on it. I do like the strap. I like the little coin that comes with it. And what I decided to use it for, it literally holds like 15 items. You can fit realistically 5 to 6 pencils per pocket. There are 3 pockets. And I had loaded up my blenders, blending pencils, burnishers, and blending stumps. So that is again from Temu, and I don't remember what the price range was, but it was literally between $2 and $4 was my budget, and I tried to keep most items down in the $2 range. And again, I ended up keeping this for myself. So it was actually found. I had it in this case. These cases you can get from any of the online craft stores. I usually buy them in a 3-pack. I've never even looked to see if they have them at Temu or Amazon. This one is from Avery L, and it happens to hold some random pencil stuff. It's this is where my Albrecht Dürer little brochure is. I have an unopened eraser, some more stumps, another fun eraser. I haven't even talked about this one. It's from Faber-Castell, and it is a really nice, feels like a pencil eraser, a pipette. I even have some charcoal sticks, charcoal soft in red and gray. So just odds and ends. And it sits actually right by my desk, so I can't believe I could not find this pleather roll. Because this bag is right next to me in a door very, very close by. So that is a catch-up item. And then over the holidays, after Christmas, I actually found a couple of $2 used colored pencil, coloring books. This is an older one that I really like, the steampunk theme in it. It was $2.14. It was at the lower end. It was acceptable condition. It was from Thrift Books. So it was like $2.14 plus $3.99 shipping. And the original stickers are on. It has a little bit of a damage here at the top. And we're going to go through it. This one actually has all of these blue tabs are colored pages. And it's just always so fun to buy a used book. There's tons of uncolored pages. So I feel that my $2.14 was well spent. And keeping in mind, I don't believe some states you have to pay tax on shipping, but I don't think I paid tax on shipping for this. It was just taxed on the $2.14. So the very first colored image is of markers. The swan on the left, and then on the right we have some pencil. It looks very childish, the pencil marks. But who knows what was going on with this. So I figure on these colored pages, if I ever get to the point where I'm comparing my pencils in the different paper, I will be able to use the books, a variety of the different books that I bought used that have some coloring already on the page. I can do some testing. So it's not like the page goes to waste completely. I won't do a thorough walkthrough, but I will show you the colorings. Again, really strange coloring that who knows if it was a young person or an adult, because they almost stayed in the lines, so who knows. This is all pencil. I think the rest of the book is colored with pencils. Didn't make it very far on that beetle. Again, what I really liked about this book was the steampunk theme items. A tree. So I do want to keep these marks. I have found that these little tabs that I have are sticky enough that they will leave a residue. So if you see that I have stuck it in a weird spot, it is because I want to not get gummy on the images that I might actually color. So I thought this was an acceptable condition book. I would prefer that the colored pages be left in, not cut out, because I have the backside to color. And this is a 2-page spread, so I'm really glad that they decided to go ahead and own up to the fact that there are some colored pages, and they've just made the condition of it acceptable instead of good. So I'm happy with that. And I knew that I was buying something. So this owl has a little bit of black and a little bit of black on his beak. This is an older Kirby book that has these little guys, little smiley face squiggly guys. Here's a bigger attempt at coloring a black fox with the eye colored in. Fox, coyote, not sure. And that is it. So I am pretty happy with this. I will be splicing this book. I'll probably splice it myself rather than spend the $3 on the splice. And then the second book that I got that I think also, it might have been that this was a little bit more, this might have been in good condition. It was, both were right around $6.23 altogether. So this one has some damage in this corner. It has clearly been folded back. I do not believe any pages have been colored in. And here's what this specific book is for. I have yet to color in any of my books, and this is my favorite Kirby book. We live in a swamp. It's a nature preserve. We have all sorts of animals that are wonderful. So I love my animals, and I have colored this one. And the frogs, my mom and her husband colored. So there's the frogs. My plan with this book, because the other version of this I have already disc bound, is to leave this intact, and eventually I will make it my first coloring in the coloring book. Not sure what my tactic will be, if it will be front to back, or if I will do favorites and then start filling in, but it will be my intent to fill up this book completely. Both of them were bought on Amazon, by the way, as used books. This is a Temu order when I was doing my shelving project for my colored pencils that I have on my walls. Hub stripped down the shelving units that I bought and doubled them, so I didn't have enough sawtooth hangers, so I made a small Temu order and added this to it. I try not to buy artistic things that would, or even art supplies that I feel are knockoffs of a different brand. And this cats and quilts, I did some investigating. I typed cats and quilts and I found one, I believe on Amazon, but it was a totally different setup, different pictures, and different format. So this is a grayscale, and the reason why I bought it is for a video that I actually am prepared to do that's going to be after this one. This is why I finished my color one first, because I kind of have these videos in my mind all stacked up in order, and I wanted to get that color one posted so I could work on the follow-up videos. I think I have a total of 3 to do. So this one is a grayscale book. I really, really love the cat art. There's cats and kittens. Most of them all have quilts or fabrics, and I'm going to enjoy coloring those. Here is a cute kitten. This is the cat that is closest to the latest cat that we had, which Hub had a Maine Coon cat named Leonidas, and he looked very much like this with the ear tufts. He actually had even longer ear hairs than this cat does, but was the same general color. Here's the only human in the book, a sleeping girl, and this gets into the cute kind of comic book kitten look. There are a few of those in here. There's even a hairless cat. There's 2 of those. Like the details on this with the grayscale. Here's the other hairless cat who has no pupils, which is very interesting. No pupil and iris. And more cute cats. Here's another kitten. Now, is that an exact? Nope, it's different. There's the 2 kittens. Sadly, though, this book makes me really want a cat. I have had cats and birds and horses. Those are my animals. So we're getting into the kind of comic-looking cats. These probably will not be colored. I did also splice this myself. I haven't done the disc binding. It'll probably be put together with some other books altogether on a larger set of discs. Another kind of outliney without the grayscale, and now we're back into grayscale again. These 2 are very heavy grayscale, so these you could just pick your tones and just color and let the grayscale darken those tones. Here's some sleepy cats. I don't know if this is AI. I was wondering if it was an AI generated book. I am not sure. If you know more about how AI works, let me know what your thoughts are looking at the image. I have watched a couple of videos with the AI drawn books, and they have some strange anomalies. A city cat, a basket cat. Looks kind of like a kitten. Kitten. He's got weird eyes. I noticed that this is where I thought maybe AI, where this eye is over dilated and that eye is not, and this eye doesn't have a white mark in the middle for a light source. A couple more cute kittens. His eyes are both dilated evenly. His are mostly the same. Do not like this one. Just line art. So I bought it for the grayscaleness. Then the other purpose, here's another one that doesn't really have grayscale. And a cat in a box. The last one is a cat in a carrier. So my next video that this will be the focus on is the grayscale and how I have worked with grayscale with my particular printer. So the last item to share today is a special purchase. I have always bought Nina paper. I buy their craft paper in 65 and 110 pound, and that is the solar cover copy. And then I buy the Nina Bristol vellum, and I bought the Springhill coloring paper that everybody buys because it was only $7.30 for whatever reason. Now the container was open. I'm trying to get this out. So whether or not a page or 2 was slid out, I am not sure. And I am feeling it in comparison to this Bristol vellum here. So they're both the same weight, but right off the bat, one thing I don't like about the Springhill is the texture is very smooth, And on the Nina, you have a smooth side and a bumpy side, which is nice because you can, if you have a set of pencils that do well on the rough texture, you can use the textured side. You don't get that option with the Springhill, but other than that, they're both like equally popular with the coloring page community. So I will be doing some coloring with this Springhill and doing some side-to-side comparisons. So that's it for this episode. That's 44 in the books, and it is very cold today. You're hearing my heat turn on. It is not often that I have to use the heater here in Florida, but today it is now 61 degrees and sunny. So I'm out in the screen room, which normally has the door open, and I get the heat or the cool from the living room. But when I film, I close the door. So obviously it cooled down now to the point where the heater came on. So be sure to do all of the YouTube things, like, share, comment, subscribe if you like my content. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already, and consider sharing to help grow my channel. And then I'm going to come back in and do episode 45. As always, thanks for watching.